Hello, welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Becca, and today I have my anniversary slash Christmas slash December book haul. I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas. I know that I have, and can we all just take a minute to appreciate what you can see of this beautiful backdrop, which is a blanket of the Night Court from Charlie Bowater's store on Society 6 that my boyfriend kindly bought me, and I love it so much and I've been taking it everywhere, and it's here for you to appreciate today. So I have about 20 books to haul for you today. My book buying ban did not go so great because we went to Scarborough just before Christmas and I found a lot of secondhand books that were really good and I just couldn't leave them there. But none of them were on my Christmas list, so I think I'll be alright. There are also a couple of books that I just picked up randomly because I can't resist a £1 book. Who can? No. Aside from that, I have the books that my boyfriend bought me for our anniversary and also the book I've received for Christmas. Now, normally I would start with the secondhand books and make you wait for the good stuff, but because I have the most beautiful collection of Christmas books in the world, I'm just going to start with the good stuff. So first up, I'll start with the books that I received for our anniversary, and the first one is God's Grave. Bit of a story behind this book. I really wanted it because it has black strip braid pages, and I found out, I think from the Little Book House channel, that it was a Waterstones exclusive. So I ordered it to click and collect. My boyfriend paid for it, but they gave me one with normal white pages, and so I had to go to a bookstore where I'd seen the black ones and get it swapped. So I'm sure the people that work at Waterstones in Leeds think I am crazy. But I've already read this. I loved it so much. I finished it just last night. The only book I've read in December so far. For those of you that don't know, God's Grave is the second book in the Nevernight series by J. Kristoff. And I can't really tell you what this one's about because it's a sequel, but the first one is about a girl who joins a renowned school of assassins to avenge the murder of her father. Secondly, we have the American hardback of Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. I haven't read this yet. I'm going to do a complete reread of Throne of Glass next year in preparation for the final book to come out, and I will get to this then. I have all of Sarah J. Maas's books in US hardback, so this is a great addition to my collection. I don't really care much for the cover. Like, I'm not as offended by it as everybody else is because it still matches just without Chaol on the front, which would have been nice, but I don't care. Really excited to read this. For those of you who don't know what Throne of Glass is about, it is about an assassin who is in sort of a slave mine and she's taken out of there by the king to become his champion. So she competes in a competition for her freedom. And where the plot is now is so far from where it started, but that's the gist of the first book for those of you who haven't read Throne of Glass. So now we're into the books I received for Christmas, and oh my god, they are beautiful. So starting with the ones that my boyfriend got me, we have A Night of Cake and Puppets by Laini Taylor. This is a gorgeous cloth-bound edition. I haven't read the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series yet, but when I saw this, I had to have it, and everything I've heard about the Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I absolutely just want to dive into that world. This is a novella that's set in between two of the books, and it's where two of the characters, but not the main character, go on a date, and I believe it's their date. This book is so beautiful. It's illustrated. The illustrations in it are just amazing and I love it so much. I also love that it's a cloth-bound edition and it's foiled. I'm not sure how well you can see that. So excited to read Daughter of Smoke and Bones so I can get to this. As for what Daughter of Smoke and Bones is about, I don't actually know. I just know it's about a girl who sort of lives in between the normal world and a demon world. Don't know anything else, but I'm excited to get into it. Next we have The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. Also cloth-bound, also foiled, and also illustrated. So excited to get to this. I think I have read a couple of them already because they were released as novellas for the Grisha. So I think I've read The Too Clever Fox, which I believe is in here. What I'm going to do with this is, as I've already read the Grisha series, I'm going to reread the Grisha series at some point and move straight on to Six of Crows and also read this one because it's been quite a few years since I read the Grisha, so I need a bit of a refresher. Obviously I know that you don't have to read the Grisha to read Six of Crows or this because this is just a collection of fairy tales from the world, but I still really want to because The books were just alright at the time, but I think I would enjoy them more now that I've read more books like them. So as I said, this is a collection of fairy tales, fables and lore that's set in the Grisha world. So excited to read it. I like fairy tales, I like the Grisha world. A combination of the two sounds great to me, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful book. The last book that he got me was the Red Queen Special Edition, also cloth bound, but sadly not foiled this time. This I've actually looked at and it doesn't really contain anything exciting past the original story. I think it has an interview in the back, but I do think that this could have been produced better. But it is beautiful and I do really love Red Queen, so I am happy to have it. I'm going to be rereading these next year in anticipation for the last book in the Red Queen series coming out, so I think I'll read the Fancy Collector's Edition and try my hardest not to damage it. But it's so pretty and I'm so happy to have it. Next from the Christmas collection, we have another beautiful book that I killed myself trying to find, and this is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo in the Waterstone Special Edition. Now this one you can't order online, you have to click and collect from store, and I checked every store near me that I could reach easily and couldn't find it. So luckily my mum lives in Manchester, and the only place that had one that was anywhere near me was the Deansgate store in Manchester. So I asked her to go and collect it and keep it for Christmas for me, which she did, and thank you so much for that because now I have it. But this is just beautiful. I can't wait to have the full collection, and I'm hoping that they do them in these editions, because if not I'm gonna cry a hell of a lot of tears. But this is also signed, it's got a book plate in it and it's gorgeous, and I'll show you what it looks like naked as well because it's so simple. It's just a black hardback with the Wonder Woman symbol on the side. Really excited to read this. I don't know what to expect from it. I'm not a huge superhero fan, but I'm really excited for these YA adaptations. I'm not so excited for the Superman one, but if they all come in these special editions, I will collect and read them. So glad that I have this. As for what it's about, Wonder Woman. Much more than that, I don't have a clue. Next, my mum also got me Falling Kingdoms book 4, Frozen Tides, and Falling Kingdoms book 5, Crystal Storm. So, these are different sizes. And I thought that the problem was that number 4 is small, but actually number 4 is the one that matches the ones that I have, and number 5 is really big. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm just going to live with it for a while. For those of you who are from the US, please let me know if they actually make the 5th book in a smaller version, or whether this is what I'm going to have to deal with. Because the floppy paperbacks, which I absolutely love, why is it so big? Why? Can't tell you what these are about because I don't know, because I haven't read the series yet. But the first book is marketed as a YA Game of Thrones, so a lot of character perspectives and a rich fantasy world. Really excited to read these. These are like top of my want to read. And maybe 2018 is the year. Who knows? The last 2 books that I have from my Christmas haul is Dorothy Must Die Stories, volumes 1 and 2. These are a collection of novellas set in the Dorothy Must Die world by Danielle Page that I haven't read yet, but I am really excited for that, like so excited. Another one that's high on my TBR. I like that you have these compendiums that go with the main story, and I love The Wizard of Oz. Like, it's a film that I watch pretty much every Christmas. I love Wicked. Anything to do with The Wizard of Oz is just right up my alley. I'm so excited to get into this. I think it's one of the series that I've been putting off because I'm scared I won't like it. But for those of you that don't know, Dorothy Must Die is about another girl, I think she's called Amy, that goes to that's from Kansas and goes to Oz, and Dorothy is the villain. Don't know much about it, but the concept sounds super interesting and I can't wait to dive in. One last thing from my Christmas haul, and it's not, well, it is a book, but it's not a book to read. But my boyfriend bought me a happy planner. I've been watching hardback hoarders like plan with me videos, and I was like, I have to have one of these. So I have this one in the indigo hues, and it has some gorgeous rose gold bits. Really excited to start this, but I am the kind of person who gets a diary with great intentions and never continues. But I think this will be great because it has sort of 3 boxes per day, So I can use one for personal use, one for YouTube, and one for my Etsy shop, because I have quite a lot on now and it's hard for me to manage it in my head. So this will be really helpful, and I'm excited to decorate it with washi tape and stuff. Just be super organised. So there's my happy planner. So next we have the books that I've acquired through the month. I'm sorry that this video is super long. I didn't realise when I started, but I have quite a few books to haul. First up, we have The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Curry. This is a super nice chunky edition. Sadly not a floppy paperback, but I really like it. It's super pretty. I've seen this on Ivy Muse's channel and somebody else's. I don't really remember what it's all about, but I think it has something to do with an apocalypse and this girl has a power, but I don't remember what it is. I do remember that the people that have read it think that it's really good and I am excited, but the sort of plot has just escaped me right now. Then I have We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallace. Sorry, I really don't know how to say that. This, I believe, is sort of a contemporary, and it's like the Breakfast Club set at the end of the world. The sort of population of Earth has been told that a meteor is coming to hit Earth and the world will end, and a group of people, like a jock, an artist, a loner, a rebel, etc., have all gathered together at the end of the world. Sounds interesting. I'm not really sure where it goes. I feel like I've seen this on somebody's channel before, but I don't remember. But we'll see where this takes me. Next we have The Novice, which is the first book in the Summoner series by Taran Matharu. I feel like I saw this on Bangity Bang's channel and he compared it to like Pokemon meets Game of Thrones. Sounds an interesting concept. It's a fantasy, so I'm down for it, but I don't really know much about it. We'll see what happens with this one. Next we have The Last Boy and Girl in the World by Siobhan Vivian. This is another end of the world book. I think there's a flood or a tsunami coming. I don't know whether it's coming for the world or just a town. And it's about what the teenagers in the town decide to do with this news that their lives are going to be destroyed. Don't know much about it. Then we have A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. I have the ebook of The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, so I can read it, but I would prefer to get a physical copy. This is a sci-fi. Julie from Pages and Pens really likes it. That's all I really know. I really do want to read more sci-fi because I think I'll enjoy it. I just haven't really read much in my time of reading. So I think I'll like this, and yeah, then I can read a lot more sci-fi. Next is The Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace, which is a book of modern poetry, which I have actually just finished. Didn't love it as much as other poetry collections I've read, mainly because the style of poetry wasn't my thing. It is a collection of very short modern poems about, I'm assuming, Amanda Lovelace's life. There's a lot of grief, there's a lot of hurt, but essentially it is about moving through all these things that happen in your life to become a stronger, better, happy person. I enjoyed the sentiment, not really the style, but this was a bargain at £2 in a charity shop, so I couldn't say no to it. Next we have Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. So I now own the entire Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. I explain what this series is about when I hauled A Night of Cake and Puppets, so I won't go through that again. But now I've got the full series and the novella and I'm good to go. Next we have an interesting find, and that is And I Darken by... This is an art copy that I found in a charity shop, and I really like the cover, which has all of the names of heroines on it. The first one that jumped out at me was Buffy Summers, and I was like, what is this? Then I found out it was And I Darken, and I had to have it because I'm super down to read this. I believe it is an alternate history version of Vlad the Impaler, who was Dracula, if I'm correct in saying that. And a lot of people have read it and said it's really good, and she's a badass female, so yeah, I'm super excited to read this. Next up we have Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. Earlier in the year I read Emma in the Night by Wendy Walker, which is the first thriller that I've read, and I do believe that this is a thriller. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I know it's quite popular and a couple of people have read it and liked it, so I thought I would give it a go. Because I'm quite new to the thriller genre, I'm sort of selecting lighter, more popular ones because I don't really know what I'm looking for. So I hope to enjoy this. I know it's about a group of women who, I think they all have children in the same school or they're neighbours in the same neighbourhood, and they're all very different, and it's about them I don't really know what the thriller aspect is. Maybe somebody's murdered. And yeah, we'll see where this takes me. I have no idea what to expect. And the last book that I have for you today is The Distance Between Us by Casey West. I actually found this in the Tesco charity table, and I've seen it around on BookTube because Murphy Napier, so sorry if I said that wrong, she really likes Casey West. And I've never seen a Casey West book before in this country. I don't think she's published in this country. So I was like, wow, this is interesting. Why is this here? And I snapped it up. Don't really know what to expect. Not even sure if I like it, but it was just such a rare find that I had to have it. As for the plot, it's a fluffy romance, I think. I don't know. We'll see. So that's everything for my Christmas/December/anniversary book haul. I am sorry it took so long. I have around 20 books to haul. But still, I didn't expect it to take this long. I hope you've liked this video. If you've read any of these books or you want to read any, then please let me know in the comments below. And aside from that, you can like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you want to. But that's everything from me today. Bye!